what I mean by a block is I'd say that there's two basic kind of blocks. And these are what I would call inner blocks. There's mental blocks, which is a limiting thought form pattern that we're running over in our head. Like common ones are, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, it's too hard, and we're running them. They're just like kind of going over and over and over and over and over again. That's a limiting thought form pattern. The other one is emotional blocks, which is, everybody knows what the feeling, if you feel fear, anger, sadness, those are the common ones. You can feel that in your body temple. And that energy could be, it feels just like a block, like it's lodged in there. It's somewhere. You can locate it. It's in my stomach, it's in my chest, it's in my arm. It's a real thing. So when we have a block, I think that from what I've seen from myself and what I've seen from other people, that there's 4 basic ways that people will deal with a block. Whether it's a limiting thought form pattern or an emotional block, there's 4 ways that they'll deal with it. One way that they'll deal with it, and see if this resonates with you, is they'll try to run away from it. They'll try to get away from whatever it is. Usually we think a block is something that's outside of us. So you're blocking me, or this is blocking me, it's getting in my way. So as an example, I had a client who would move every 3 months to a different location because she would be in a place and she would say, this is a great place, it's wonderful, I love it here, I love the people here, I love everything. But then eventually stuff started coming up inside of her, but she was projecting it outside of her and saying, oh, I don't like it here, I don't like the people here, it's not safe here, whatever. She had a story around it. So then she'd move to another location. And that new location, it seemed so much more wonderful. It seemed so much more peaceful. The grass was greener, the sky was bluer. So she would go there. And then time would go on, stuff would come up for her, and then it started to look bad again. This is a bad place, the people are bad, the trees are bad, the animals are bad, so I got to go somewhere else. So it's like running away. It's running away. She's running away from herself. Has anybody had that experience in here? Running away from yourself? I know I have had it. So that's the first type of block. The second type of block is when you have the block, remember there's 2 types of blocks, mental and emotional, you fight the block. That means you actually get into an internal war. You can get into an internal war inside of your own head. Say it's a limiting thought form pattern, like I'm not good enough or whatever. So the thought is there. And then you say, no, I'm not supposed to think that thought. And so you can get into this dialogue in your own head about trying to get rid, you're fighting it. You're fighting your own thinking. And that creates resistance. And I want to say something else about resistance, is that resistance, really, it's not the resistance itself, but it's the resistance that we offer resistance that sustains it. It's there, and what we usually do is we offer one of these ways of resisting resistance, which, as you know, creates more resistance. The other way is that to deal with a block that people will do is they'll ignore it or deny that it's there. It's not there. I'm okay. Everything's fine. And believe me, you are okay. But if there's a thought that's running and you're saying that it's not there, or if there's a feeling that you're having and you're saying, I'm not really feeling this, then that form of denial, it can also sustain the block. It can be another form of a resistance that you're offering to the block itself. Does that make sense to everybody? And so then the final one is you become your block. That's another way people will deal with their block. They just align with it. They say, I can't do it. I am not good at it. Like it is, they affirm that this is absolutely what I am.